Today, we are going to talk about polymyositis, an idiopathic inflammatory myopathy that progressively destroys muscle function from the inside out. Polymyositis is a rare, chronic inflammatory myopathy, meaning the immune system is attacking muscle tissue, and we do not fully understand why. It affects women twice as often as men, with peak onset between ages 40 and 50. This is not a young person's disease typically, and when you see progressive proximal muscle weakness in a middle-aged woman, polymyositis has to be on your differential. The trigger is idiopathic. We do not know what starts it. Both cellular and humoral immune mechanisms are involved. Autoantibodies are present, but here is the exam trap. Those antibodies are not directly destroying the muscle cells. They play an indirect role. What actually damages the tissue is the inflammatory infiltrate, immune cells physically invading and surrounding muscle fibers. That distinction matters when you think about why corticosteroids work. The hallmark clinical finding is proximal muscle weakness, symmetric, diffuse, and insidious in onset. This progresses over weeks to months, not hours or days. Your patient cannot rise from a chair without pushing off with their arms. They struggle to climb stairs. They cannot hold their head up for long. Neck flexors, hip flexors, shoulder girdle, all proximal groups. Myalgia and muscle tenderness occur in about a quarter to half of patients, but weakness always comes first and matters most. Polymyositis and dermatomyositis share identical proximal muscle weakness profiles. The differentiator is the skin. Polymyositis has no cutaneous involvement. Dermatomyositis adds an erythematous, smooth or scaly rash over joint surfaces, and that rash can actually appear before the muscle weakness in more than half of cases. If you see a rash and then weakness, think dermatomyositis. No rash, just weakness, think polymyositis. No single confirmatory test exists for polymyositis. That is your critical diagnostic fact. You are building a picture from multiple sources, history and physical to exclude other muscle disorders, EMG to rule out degenerative disease. Polymyositis is inflammatory, not degenerative. Muscle biopsy is the most definitive finding. It shows inflammatory infiltrates in the tissue. Serum studies show elevated muscle enzymes, CPK, aldolase, LDH, which tell you active muscle breakdown is happening. Corticosteroids are the mainstay of treatment, first line every time. If your patient does not respond, you escalate. IV immune globulin, plasmapheresis, lymphopoiesis. Total body irradiation is the last resort for severe refractory cases. The goal throughout is controlling inflammation and preventing permanent damage to muscles, joints, and organs. If dermatomyositis skin involvement is present, hydroxychloroquine is highly effective for managing those rashes. Physical therapy is part of the treatment plan, not optional. Physical therapy is carefully sequenced, and the sequencing matters clinically. Phase 1 happens during active inflammation. ROM exercises only. Keep joints mobile, prevent contractures, do not stress inflamed muscle further. Phase 2 begins only after inflammation is controlled by medical management. Gradual progressive strengthening. Pushing a patient into strengthening too early can worsen muscle damage. Your nursing role is reinforcing that sequence and advocating for PT involvement from admission. Your nursing interventions map directly onto your patient's daily functional failures. They cannot comb their hair. That is a self-care deficit requiring adaptive equipment and OT referral. They cannot rise from a chair or climb stairs. That is impaired mobility requiring PT and environmental modification. Managing daily exertion is a constant battle. Fatigue is real, and energy conservation is a taught skill, not common sense. You are also addressing a knowledge deficit. Most patients have no idea how to pace themselves with this disease. This is the synthesis model. Medical management suppresses the immune assault. Corticosteroids halt autoantibody infiltration and stop further cellular damage. Nursing and PT focus on the functional side, compensating for existing weakness, conserving energy, and systematically rebuilding strength as inflammation comes under control. Neither side works in isolation. Your patient needs both happening simultaneously. Successful outcomes require that coordination. In summary, polymyositis is an autoimmune inflammatory myopathy, causing progressive proximal muscle weakness through inflammatory infiltration of muscle tissue. Proximal weakness is the hallmark. Difficulty rising from a chair, climbing stairs, lifting arms overhead, holding the head up. Corticosteroids are first-line treatment. Muscle biopsy confirms the inflammatory changes. Your nursing priorities are improving mobility, managing fatigue, assistive devices, PT and OT referrals, and energy conservation education. See you next time.